It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. He's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first down carry by Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Well, after that last play, that's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Cox. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cox. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down to the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stout right. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game.
They've got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throw left side complete. That's Moody. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Raiders have recovered. And great effort. I mean, does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want to be conscious of taking care of the football.
2nd and 8. From the gun, Cox. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Here's Cox on first down. Throws right side, and that's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll air this one toward Coleman. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I've played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
To throw is Cox. Off play action. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand. It could get worse.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards. When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Wilson's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Second down and goal. Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Myers' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone. Not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Cox throwing on first down. And he will find his man Ruggs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Cox now on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on first down. Cox. Again, he finds Moore. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Run. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders. Hang on, we'll jump over halftime.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Now Cox on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 3 here this game and 17 now on the year. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. For Henry Ruggs, he was the fastest runner at the 2020 Combine, ran the 40 in 4.27. That is fast, folks, and that speed in evidence there.
In this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They can't stop us,
That's
baby.
Crosby in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Cox. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want to...
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Cox throwing on first down. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
That's how
Max Crosby. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. For 6 and a Raider touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up. You're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Oh, he bowls over it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
It's not come easy to lead runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st down, Elliott. Power running by Zeke. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he looked at that early contact just like he was driving over a speedboat, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. To throw is Cox. Off the play fake. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for the Raiders.
Oh, yeah!
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one. Is that now will wind up and in. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Intercept.
Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. These guys are picking up the football at the 30. Seven-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moody.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs, and he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Jacobs again, and he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go!
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the Raiders have got him. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Cox looking to throw on 2nd down. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cox. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, are you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Completes this out left to Ruggs. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Moody. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Back to throw again. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route run.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Fair catch called for a 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Back to throw. Cox. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Moody. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Second and 4.
Hey, 42, 42's the mark. 42's the mark. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Cox. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A big offensive...